guys, we are starting a new chapter, so let's go.
Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something you've probably heard a million times, sustainable development. But I promise you, it is so much more than just a buzzword. It's basically a blueprint for our future. And to really get why it's so critical, we're going to start with a problem that is, well, literally piling up all around us.
So to understand why this is all so important, let's start with a problem we can all see and, well, smell. Garbage. And I mean the truly massive amount of it we're creating every single day.
Take a look at this number, 150,000 tons. It's a staggering amount, right? But what does it actually represent? What is that?
That's how much solid waste is produced by cities in India every single day. And where does most of it go? It ends up in these gigantic overflowing landfills, like the infamous Ghazipur landfill in Delhi, basically creating literal mountains of our old junk.
And you can see here, this is way more than just an eyesore. These landfills leak all kinds of toxic stuff that poisons our groundwater. They pump out methane, a super potent greenhouse gas, and they create really serious health risks for anyone living nearby. It's a classic case of solving today's problem by creating a much, much bigger one for tomorrow. And that is the exact opposite of sustainability.
So if that's the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, this brings us right to the heart of what we're talking about today, sustainable development.
Okay, so here's the classic definition you'll always see. The key idea here is all about balance. It means we get what we need to live well now, but without wrecking the planet and using everything up so that future generations can't get what they need. It's all about long-term thinking, not just short-term wins. And this image shows it perfectly. It's not just about recycling and trees. Real sustainability is like a three-legged stool. You need a healthy environment, sure, but you also need a strong, nurturing community. That's the social part. And you need a solid economy. If any one of those legs is weak, the whole thing falls over.
And you know, some models even add a fourth leg to that stool, the institutional pillar. This is all about having good governance, smart laws, and solid policies in place. It's basically the framework that holds the other three pillars up and makes sure they can actually work.
So why does any of this matter to you and me? Well, because a sustainable approach means we're preserving the world for our kids. It means we're fighting climate change, we're building fairer societies, and at the end of the day, it's about our own well-being. We're talking clean air, safe water, and stable communities for everyone.
Okay, so we know what sustainability is and why it's so important, but how do we actually do it? How do we make it happen? Well, let's look at the global game plan, the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs.
I absolutely love this description. The world's ultimate to-do list. Back in 2015, basically every country in the world agreed on these 17 goals. It's our shared blueprint for making the world a better place by 2030. And the best part is, they're practical, they're all connected, and they cover pretty much every big challenge we face.
So a huge chunk of these goals are all about people. They cover the absolute fundamentals for a dignified life. We're talking about ending poverty, making sure no one goes hungry, ensuring good healthcare and quality education, promoting gender equality, and, making sure everyone has access to clean water. Basic human rights.
Next up, of course, is the planet itself. These goals are all about protecting our home. Goal 13 is a massive call for urgent action on climate change. Goal 14 is all about protecting our oceans. And Goal 15 is about protecting life on land, our forests, our ecosystems, the whole shebang.
And finally, prosperity. Now, this isn't just about money. It's about building a fair, resilient economy that works for everywhere. That means things like affordable and clean energy, decent jobs for all, and building the innovative, sustainable cities and infrastructure we're going to need for the future.
So, having a big plan is great, but how do we know if we're actually making progress? How do we know if any of this is working? For that, we need a way to measure and understand our impact on the world around us.
Okay, this chart might look a little complicated, but stick with me, because it's actually a really smart way to understand the chain reaction our actions cause. It's called the DPSIR framework. Let's break it down real simple.
Let's just walk through the cycle. First, you've got drivers. Let's say lots of people moving to cities for jobs. This creates pressures on the environment, like more pollution and waste. That changes the state of the environment. The air quality gets worse. This has direct impacts on us, like health problems. And finally, that leads to our responses, new solutions like building more green spaces or better city planning.
And that is why this tool is so cool.
By understanding that whole chain of cause and effect, we can stop just reacting to problems after they happen. We can actually get ahead of them and create smarter, more effective solutions from the start.
Now, frameworks and goals are absolutely essential, but who are the people on the ground actually building all these solutions? That brings us to the final part of our story, the people turning all these big ideas into a reality we can live in.
And right at the forefront of this, you have engineers. I mean, their entire job is to turn ideas into real-world stuff. They have this fundamental duty to figure out how to balance all the things we've been talking about: people, planet, and prosperity, to make sure we're protecting future generations.
And this isn't just theory, it is happening right now. Look at these examples. We've got computer scientists using AI to make giant data centers way more energy efficient. Civil engineers are designing green, resilient cities. Chemical engineers are literally inventing new biodegradable materials. And electrical engineers are building the smart grids we need for a clean energy future. It's amazing stuff.
So ultimately, engineers are the architects of what comes next. Their work, when it's guided by these principles of sustainability, is what will shape the world our kids and grandkids inherit. So the question this leaves us with is a really powerful one, and it's for all of us. What future will we choose to build together?